How many more times will you disrespect yourself by letting almost anybody enter your space? Or maybe you don't even realize that you're surrounded by dark, toxic people who drain your soul. Regardless, you'll learn how to identify these individuals and, more importantly, how to save yourself. I can bet by now that many of you watching this video will have come across the 9 types of dark and toxic individuals in your own lives. Trust is the key factor in any kind of relationship, but to properly establish those relationships that are based on trust, firstly, you have to detect the toxic ones and remove them for your own good. The critical person. An individual who consistently criticizes everything and everyone, particularly others, often exposes significant aspects of their character through their critical stance. You probably have someone from your friends or family who will even criticize Jesus. They don't have a filter. Luckily, it's pretty easy to spot them if you listen closely. There is one important detail to notice here. They never criticize themselves. This person conceals their insecurities by criticizing others and offering advice on how people around them should behave, oblivious to the fact that they are the ones who need advice. The overly friendly person. Someone who tries to make everyone happy, is always positive, and offers help might care more about being liked by many than forming real connections. When you think of this kind of person, the first thing that should cross your mind is too good to be true. You'll encounter these individuals, engage in conversations, and perhaps spend some time with them, at least until you realize it's just another superficial connection. Initially, these relationships may seem promising. They might even invite you into their homes and show excessive kindness. However, over time, you come to understand that you're not genuinely special to them. You're just another person in their life. Their kindness either stems from a desperate need to show themselves or a desire for popularity. Yet their arrogance prevents them from assuming others see through their intentions. It's clever to steer clear of such individuals and not place trust in them. The manipulative person. Known for being selfish, they prioritize personal gain over others, employing manipulative tactics such as lies and emotional exploitation. Unlike the previous 2 types of persons, this kind of person is much more dangerous. You definitely shouldn't trust them. It's simple to say this, but actually, it's a bit harder to spot them because they're usually aware of their actions, so they camouflage it very well. This type of person is mostly narcissistic. They're in love with the mirror, and they see other people just as a tool for their interest, while insidiously using their emotions to manipulate you. Even if you notice and complain, they'll act like they're the victim, making you out to be the bad one. They just wanted to help, or something like that is their narrative. Although it may be challenging to identify them, you can still recognize this person. For instance, when they don't get what they want, they tend to become hysterical and upset, resorting to dramatic actions, including crying just to get what they want. The person lacking empathy. This individual cannot empathize with others, making them less trustworthy. They might be comfortable harming others for their benefit. Have you ever watched American Psycho? Well, in the movie, the main character Christian Bale best embodies this type of person. While not every person who lacks empathy is a psychopath or sociopath, empathy is still an important emotion in human relationships, and you want to safeguard yourself from those who lack it. When you think of this kind of person, the word that should stay in your mind would be Machiavellianism, or the sentence, "The end justifies the means." What else to expect from someone who lacks empathy, but to use everything to achieve their goals at any cost? The majority of this kind of personality type are found in public administration and banking, hedge funds, etc. They usually crave power and control of others. That's why they choose these jobs, for example. The pretend listener. A person who pretends to listen or appear attentive but isn't truly involved in the conversation. This type isn't as dangerous as the ones who lack empathy, but still, they are not worth your trust. And here's why. These individuals are deeply insecure and often preoccupied with their own issues while supposedly listening to you. Their lack of presence means they won't contribute any meaningful value to your life. They won't cause harm or insult you. They'll agree with anything you say due to their distracted state. However, the downside is that they will undoubtedly waste your precious time. So why put your time, energy, and trust into someone who's not even out here? Save yourself and walk away. If you find this content valuable, please let us know. And don't be just a pretend listener. Just kidding. Now let's proceed with the pessimists. The perpetual pessimist. Someone who consistently encounters issues, enters into conflicts, and complains about everything, but takes no action to improve their situation. I'm pretty sure this type of person is easy to spot. Once you trust them with your ideas, they're quick to bring negativity, doubting and undermining your plans. Exercise caution with such individuals. They don't deserve your trust. There is one interesting and funny detail that can easily expose them, and that is their humor. They're geniuses of self-deprecating humor that often reflects deep-seated insecurities. The irritating person. This person always annoys others because they think they're never wrong. They might also play tricky mind games to get on people's nerves. This personality type is a drama queen, and believe it or not, it feeds them. They make a big deal of everything. You always have that person in the crowd who will get offended by things that are not necessarily related to them, but just oppose for the sake of opposing others. No real reason behind it. You want to avoid trusting this kind of person too, so better stay away from them. The two-faced person. Someone who shows appreciation to your face, but behind the scenes spreads harmful rumors about you and others. They can switch quickly between being friendly and speaking ill of you. Have you ever watched the Netflix series House of Cards? The main character is Frank Underwood, played by Kevin Spacey. He is the definition of a two-faced person. Though it's not a clear-cut situation, two-faced individuals are often manipulative. Due to their hidden agenda, it's challenging to trust them, as their kindness is calculated and their true thoughts about you remain unknown. Identifying such people is difficult, as the world is filled with hypocrites. For instance, many wealthy individuals are viewed as philanthropists, donating large sums to charity. However, often these donations are motivated more by tax benefits than a genuine desire to help those in need. The toxic person. They spread negativity, diminish others' self-esteem, and foster a harmful atmosphere. Their influence is harmful. It's crucial not just to avoid trusting them, but to actively distance yourself from the negative energy they bring. Don't assume their toxicity won't affect you. It's what they excel at. Being around them means encountering elements of all 8 toxic traits we mentioned earlier. They are simply the worst. They sow discord and create discomfort in their surroundings. Delighting in the failures of others, they derive satisfaction from these shortcomings. Despite being aware of these traits, some individuals still associate with them, often due to low self-esteem. Being in the company of such negative energy reflects a lack of self-respect. To protect yourself from harm, steer clear of toxic individuals and prioritize self-love. In conclusion, avoiding trust in toxic individuals is essential for maintaining personal well-being and fostering positive relationships. Recognizing the signs of toxic behavior such as manipulation, negativity, and two-faced tendencies is crucial. Choosing to distance oneself from such individuals is an act of self-preservation, allowing for a healthier and more constructive environment. Prioritizing self-love and being vigilant against toxic influences ultimately contributes to a more fulfilling and positive life. If today's topic resonated with you, share your thoughts in the comments below. We value your feedback and appreciate you joining the conversation.